more from the team behind the game.
Masha and I'm a game designer at Machine Bench. Machine Bench is a small and diverse indie game studio with 8 wonderful employees based here in Berlin. Our connection with Ubisoft came through a program dedicated to create ever-growing relationships with independent developers, to talk about and share expertise and knowledge. We work together in mutual respect, which we much appreciated.
We're working on the Curious Expedition 2, which is the sequel to our expedition simulation game. This time, the game is set in Paris in 1899, during the World Expo when the Eiffel Tower was built. But more importantly, you will be traveling to these mysterious islands, you will be interacting with unknown tribes, fight dangerous beasts, find many secrets. Thanks to our procedure technology, every time you play, it's a new world, new characters, and a new storyline that you shape with each of your interactions, until it becomes really your own unique adventure.
Opa, salve rapaziada, tamo junto aí, hein? Vamos ver Valhalla. Galera chegando em peso aí.
And we will have more indie guests coming up later in the pre-show, so stick around. Now,
eita galera, vamos ver Valhalla. E aí Rodrigo? Watch Dogs 2 de graça pra PS4? Não, mano. Só pra PC. E aí, chibateiro, olha lá. Botar ele o pinto, né? E aí, Fábio? Salve, mano, tamo junto, hein? É nóis, galera, seja bem-vindo aí à live. Vamos ver Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Até que enfim, mano, vai rolar uma gameplay oficial aí pra nós, cara. E galera, como é que tá o áudio aí, hein? Tá bom o áudio aí pra vocês? Dá pra ouvir direito aí o áudio da minha voz e da transmissão?
Incredible. Thank you. But are we sure that we're finished? When we heard about what was going on, we weren't really sure if we were a great fit because we've always made shooters in real life.
Elizabeth, belou, velho, só.
Super excited about the idea. So
aí. Cara, parece o Rhino Raiders, né? O ator do Deadpool. E aí, Luiz? Ansiedade, né, mano? Ó, o Ozzy. Far Cry 6, mano. Far Cry 6 tá da hora, hein? Doideira, muita bala. Um jogão, piradão na rosca.
We had requests to do things like make a contagious viral disease in which people bleed out of their eyeballs first.
Só peixeirada, pai. No bucho.
We set it up in such a way that you could trigger it in stages because we didn't know what the timing was going to be. The idea here is we can hit it and control the timing of when.
Ixi, o cara também é isso, meu cara.
The next time you hit it, he starts puking out blood.
Provocando sangue ali a roda, ó. Eita, que jogo doido, velho. Galera inventa tudo. Ixi. Eita, cagou, velho. Os caras cagaram sangue ali, meu. Pronto, se afogaram em... Vamos ter merda de sangue ali, ó. Ei, irmão, que loucura, velho. Salve, Ian. É nóis, maninho. Tamo junto, cara.
I've never seen it with more than 6 or 7 people in a room. And so I wanted to make sure that we gave them an opportunity.
O áudio do vídeo tá baixo? Pois vamos aumentar um pouquinho aqui. Vamos aumentar um pouquinho aqui o áudio do vídeo.
I was a little nervous, I gotta be honest. I thought it was gonna be a little cringy, but it was fantastic.
I thought there was a lot of truth and in the humor. It's about time that we had a show about our industry.
You could tell.
E aí agora, galera, aumentei um pouquinho o áudio do vídeo. Como é que tá aí? Diz aí.
Felt like the game had...
Oh, bora, o Valhalla Weekend Show. Tamo junto, velho. Deixa agora ficou alto aqui pra mim. Olha, começar a dançar agora.
Not yet seen it. The first season of Mythic Quest Raven's Banquet is available right now on Apple TV+.
O quê? Assassin's Creed Valhalla agora é?
Few days. All right, now it is time to fasten your seatbelts and start your engines as we head out to Lyon, France to visit our team at Ubisoft Ivory Tower to get an update on The Crew 2.
Ansioso também, mano. Tô ansioso aqui. Oh, The Crew 2!
Hi everyone, and welcome to The Crew 2.
Olha, eu pensando que ia ver uns carrão doideira, parece um careca, velho.
I'm a community developer here at Ivory Tower, and I'll be your host for this quick
Eita, empresazão, não?
all the exciting things we have going on over the next few weeks. It's been 2 years.
The Crew.
Exciting things we have going
on. Travadinha, travadinha.
It's been 2 years already since launch, with 6 major updates and hundreds of vehicles under our belt. We're in Hollywood. Only went live a few days ago. Let's have a look.
Começou, olha lá. Eita! Oi! Eita, e é massa a corrida, ó, cara. Aí. Eita, meu irmão. Ó a Kombi, ó, só os loucos, ó. Ihu! Simbora! Aí, ó, neon. Chico, especial moda, velho. Opa, Vitor, salve, mano. Quem mais? Ó, o Champs, salve, mano. Tamo junto, galera. Obrigadão por participar da live aí. É nóis, hein? Só se inscreve no Valhalla, galera. Hoje eu tô doido. Hoje eu tomei 3 xícaras de café. Cafezinho.
Where all players are welcome and where anything is possible. So thank you to the Crew social, exchange, Discord.
Cara, muito massa esse jogo de carro, eu curto demais.
We've got a little something for you in game to show our
corrida, velho. Ó o Fusquinha, Fuscão.
So let's see what kind of Hollywood twist.
Eita, tunado, velho. Esse aí vai até pra lua.
There'll be more news dropping over summer, so keep your eyes peeled. Starting with this.
Massa. Tô animado, cara, tô animado. 3 xícaras de café. O cara tomou 3 xícaras de café. Ansioso. Ixi. Lascou, velho. Vou pular aqui. Não dá pra aparecer. João Pedro. Tô animado, mano. Tô animado. Assassin's Creed Valhalla aí. Muito esperado. Cara, porque eu gosto demais de Assassin's Creed, cara. Das antigas, mano. Não sei que negócio é esse, não. É um jogão que me pegou. Me pegou de um jeito que... Muito massa a caçada pela maçã do Éden. Eita, que delícia, velho. Sinto falta dessa caçada. Mas Valhalla tá vindo aí. Novidade. Vamos ver as mecânicas novas. A gente já sabe que o nosso querido Evil vai ter relação com a Irmandade dos Assassinos. Vai poder usar capuz. Vamos ter lâmina oculta. Já tá bom demais, hein? Agora a gente tem que saber que se vai aparecer, sabe o que? Os capuz. Quero capuz nas cutscenes, velho. No Odyssey a gente bota um capuz, quando vai lá na cutscene, o capuz some. Que doido. Já é isso mesmo, cara. Jogou doido, velho. Agora que eu tô vendo, tava prestando atenção. Ixi, uma galera se suicidando. Minha nossa senhora, que jogo doido, velho. Olha lá os médicos, tudo pirado na rosca, ó. Isso é um hospício, cara. Olha a cara dele aí, ó. A lateia? Não duvido não, mano. Opa, Silviano, Natal. Tamo junto, Chibateira é nóis, hein. Champs, tomara que o AC Valhalla não fuja tanto. Vixe, tá passando o chat da realidade. Que não inclua monstros mitológicos. Mano, eu acho que o jogo vai ser pé no chão, mas eu acho que ele vai ter umas viagenzinhas. Não tem como ter umas viagenzinhas, não. Como a gente viu lá naquela gameplay vazada, o que eu acredito é que vai ser tipo uma alucinação. Alucinação do nosso personagem, sabe? Ele vai encontrar tipo uns corpos mortos, vai cheirar uma droga lá, vai pegar uma viagem e vai começar a lutar lá com algum monstro, mas sendo que não é real, sabe? É da cabeça dele. Eles vão acrescentar esses monstros assim. Acredito eu, né? Pelo trailer lá, a gente vê que a Evo feminina, ela fica drogada, né? Ela cheira um treco lá, fica pirada na rosca, a birobada do juiz e aparece o inimigo lá soltando um raio. E lembra também o combate da Medusa, aquele combate ali, né?
Climbing over fallen debris and encountering makeshift living spaces is common for players of the Division 2. Within its post-pandemic
E aí, João
environment,
Pedro,
many players
mano,
have spotted something
quando Assassin's Creed
more
Valhalla
unusual,
chegar,
which has left them
eu vou começar a fazer mais live aí pra nós. Não sou de fazer live não, né, cara?
What's up with all of these rubber ducks?
Eu gosto de fazer uns videozinhos editados, tá ligado? Mas vou começar a fazer live. Se vocês curtirem as lives, velho, a gente traz. Sou acostumado não, mas a gente faz. Ian Campos, Assassin's Creed Valhalla vai ter alguns deuses pra lutar, mas isso não terá relação com a história. É uma missão secundária. Opa, Ian, tamo junto, mano, valeu aí pela informação. Então aí, ó, o Ian disse aí que vai... Ele vai ter totalmente na história, mas missão secundária a gente vai conseguir encontrar aí uns deuses aí. João Pedro, eu sou muito seu fã, tanto quanto de ser Valhalla. João Pedro, valeu, mano, tamo junto, cara. Obrigadão, olha lá, ó. Obrigadão mesmo, de coração, mano. Isso aí só fortalece. Tamo junto, hein. Dia que a gente se vê aí em algum evento, que eu ver que é tu, vou te dar um abraço tão apertado que tu vou quebrar tua costela, assim, ó.
One shrine in particular became a beloved fan favorite, showing up multiple times across YouTube and Reddit.
So, Karen, how was your day?
Well, Luke, it's been...
O que esse povo tá falando? Oh, dois patinhos.
So, the origin story of Productive, one of our level designers made an amazing pun one day, and we decided to make a graffiti out of it and put it in the game, and it became like a duck shrine, and players started finding it and wondering where it came from.
E aqui, galera, ó, tô assistindo pelo site porque tem uns prêmios, ó, uns prêmiozinhos aqui que a gente vai ganhar, ó. Assistir 1 minuto, Watch Dogs 2, PC. 20 minutos, a gente ganha uma blusinha pro Watch Dogs 2. 30 minutos, The Division, a gente ganha as caixinhas. E vou descer aqui um pouquinho, tá? 40 minutos a gente ganhou um machadão, olha lá o machadão pra furar os buchos, ó, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. No dia que for lançado, já cai lá no seu joguinho. Massa.
We don't put them in easy to find places. So that means players are genuinely, hopefully enjoying just exploring the environment and finding all these little Easter eggs we've hidden around, and also not the Easter eggs.
E aí, Luiz Vitor, você tá frio aqui? Tá nada, mano, tá quente. Eu botei o ventilador, cara. Tá ouvindo aí? Dá pra ouvir o ventilador? Parece uma turbina de avião. Não sei se dá pra ouvir.
Encouraged by the community's response to the ducks, developers recently hid another secret in the game and made it the focal point of an all-new community challenge.
Spectreman! E aí, Spectreman? E aí, mano, beleza? Beleza, show. Estou jogando Assassin's Creed Origins. Vejo direto seus vídeos sobre Assassin's Creed Origins. Sempre me ajuda esses vídeos. Valeu, mano. Tamo aqui pra isso, cara. Eu dou uma valor da dica. Eu gosto de ajudar vocês. Tamo junto. O que eu gosto de fazer mais no canal é trazer dica, velho. É localização de arma, é um glitchzinho quando vaza. Pra ajudar a galera. Eu gosto demais, cara. Isso aí que eu gosto de fazer aqui no canal. É ajudar, com dica. Então quando sai um jogo, pode ficar preparado, mano, que eu já tô caçando dica ali pra jogar no canal e ajudar a galera, facilitar a jogatina. Aquela galera que tem dificuldade, né? Quando tem uma galera que tem dificuldade, aí eu pego lá e bom, jogo lá no canal pra ajudar. Ó o Silviano, Chibateiro, coloquei no site. E tem como colocar a legenda em português. Cara, eu coloquei aqui, ó.
Hey everybody, I'm Rodrigue, marketeer at Thunder Lotus.
Português.
We're an indie studio based out of Montreal, Canada.
Cara, botei português aqui, mas muda nada. Só no YouTube, mas a legenda do YouTube é mó paia.
For the past 6 years,
Mafiosa.
we've tried to make AAA quality games with a hand-drawn indie heart. Hitting a quality standard consistently in game dev is a huge challenge. There's so much trial and error
tiozão,
on the
pois
path.
é, tiozão, mano,
There's
quase que eu não consigo logar, velho. Eu pensei que era só comigo. Consegui logar no site da Ubisoft não, cara, tá doido. Tentei, eu, meu irmão, cara, como é que eu vou logar? Tenho que transmitir a live pelo site aqui pra me ganhar os brindezinhos. Também não tava conseguindo não, mano, mas fica tentando aí, ó, tentei, e me deu certo.
To Ubisoft for their support and helping us make what would become our biggest success to date. We've taken that experience with us onto what is
Spectrum Man, pra mim o Origins ganha na história e perde no gameplay. Cara, gostei da gameplay do Origins, ó, e da história também. E aí, José Carlos? José Carlos, gosto dos seus vídeos, me ajudou muito, valeu. Sou de Araquara, interior de São Paulo. Opa, José, tamo junto, cara, salve aí pra Araquara, tamo junto.
We can't wait to share it with the world later this year. So look for it soon on PC, on Xbox One, PS4, Nintendo Switch, and Xbox Game Pass.
Pois é, tipo, eu pensei em cobrir pelo site da Ubisoft Brasil, mas eu acho que vai ter gente narrando lá, sabe?
On our favorite motorcycle platformer with the insanity, pain, and triumph we all know and we all love. Trials Rising came out last year, but I think the team from our Red Link studio in Helsinki has a little surprise coming to the game for the fans of the franchise. So let's take a look.
Olha o gato doido. Ihu! O motoqueiro, ih! Só os pulão louco, ó, velho.
Hi, we're here today to introduce you to an exciting new endurance challenge coming to Trials Rising. But to make sure that we respect social distancing guidelines,
eu fazia esses pulos doidos aí, galera, nas bicicletas aqui na rua. Dava uns pulos loucos, caía com os beiços no chão, lascava todinho.
Okay.
É pra traduzir? Esse cara tá dizendo aí agora que cada pulo que você der é uma adrenalina e você pode cair de pescoço e morrer. Eu falei, mas eu sabia que ia acontecer não, velho. Eu falei brincando e aconteceu, velho. Eita, macho, é massa, cara. Tá chegando a hora. E aí, Fábio, salve, mano, tamo junto. E aí, Vitão, amo seus vídeos e o canal. Mas de Assassin's Creed favorito ao Odyssey. Valeu, meu brother, tamo junto. Ih, tiozão, pois é, mano, tá dando erro na senha, né? Mas fica tentando. Aperta F5 que dá certo. Fiquei tentando direto. Ó o Batata comunista. Traduz pra nós. Ah, foi o que eu li agora, né? Eu lá sei ler isso, mano. A única palavra que eu sei de inglês é John to High e John to Ham.
You heard that right, riders. GigaTrack will be available for free to all Trials Rising players when it releases this Thursday.
Motão. Cara, vou abrir essa tela aqui, o que tu acha?
You heard that right, the GigaTrack is coming to the game and it will be the longest, most insane track in Trials history and it will be free for all Trials Rising players. Now for our last game update, the Ghost Recon Breakpoint team is ready to share some details on their upcoming update. AI teammates are coming to the game. Let's have a look at the trailer.
The time has come. AI teammates are back in Ghost Recon Breakpoint. And for all solo players,
e aí, tá melhor assim, galera? É melhor aquele pequenininho lá mesmo. Dá ideia aí pra nós. Melhor deixar a tela cheia.
Fury, Fix-It, and Vasily can be activated or dismissed at will. And from the beginning, you will be able to fully customize them. This customization includes all of the physical attributes, as well as gear, equipment,
ficou melhor, né?
or even full costumes.
Beleza, então vai ficar assim pra nós. Vamos ver direitinho. Olha, galera, falta 7 minutos, hein? 7 minutos pra Assassin's Creed Valhalla, pai. Mano, não joguei não. Eu não joguei esse jogo.
But if you decide to go loud and open fire, they will stick by your side. When deployed, you can issue different orders to your teammates through the order wheel. There are 4 different orders you can give to your teammates. You can tell them to regroup on your location, to hold their current position,
não joguei não, mas parece ser bem legal, viu?
And to open fire on nearby enemies. These orders can be given at any time, even through your binoculars and drone. Once they approach potential threats, the teammates will notify you and mark them automatically.
Got a hostile.
With a good look at your enemies, you will be able to set up a sync shot where each of your teammates picks a target. You can even link it to your 3 sync shot drones for a simultaneous 7-target takedown.
Mas é massa, né, cara? Eita, velho, ó.
Equipped at all times, a versatile assault rifle to accommodate all situations, and a primary weapon that you will be able to find too.
Só armazona top, hein?
Indeed, apart from mark upgrades and passive bonuses, the full gunsmith is accessible to your teammates, and their weapon of choice will have a direct effect on the battleground. Depending on the type of weapon they have equipped.
Galera, brigadão, beleza? Tá participando aí da live, sei que tem muita gente fazendo live, lotada aí, tá empestado esse canal, vocês deram preferência, tá aqui, só tenho a agradecer, mano, brigadão, tá junto aí, beleza? É nóis.
To achieve that, they will first focus their fire on the surrounding enemies before getting to you. And they will expect the same from you.
Pois é, mano, ó. Far Cry 6 é o Vasco, velho. Tem até a cicatriz, né? É a infância dele. É a infância dele, cara. Por isso que ele é doido, mano. Vai contar porque que ele ficou doido daquele jeito lá. Ele pivete, tem um cabelão, né?
We'll see you on the battlefield, ghosts.
Ui! É isso aí, 4 minutos. Tom Classic, Ghost Recon.
Hey Ghosts.
Olá.
I'm Grace from the Ghost Recon team.
Oi,
As
Grace.
you've just seen, the AI teammates are finally landing in Ghost Recon Breakpoint with our next major update on July 15th.
O que você tá
Alongside the AI teammates, this update comes with a ton of new content, including a gunsmith upgrade, new PvP content, quality of life updates, and more. You will be able to try it all during our next free weekend from July 16th to July 20th. But that's not all. We've got one last thing to show you. Enjoy, and we'll see you on Aroa, Ghosts.
To anyone listening, this is Haruhi Ito, speaking for the Outcasts.
E aí, Luiz? Salve, mano, tamo junto. Estou com medo do Assassin's Creed Valhalla ser mais do mesmo. E olha que sou fã da franquia. Parabéns pelo trabalho. Valeu, Luiz. Mano, mas eu também não vou mentir, né? Tô com aquele medo também, mas vamos ver hoje. Vamos ver pra gente bater o martelo de vez e ver qual é, né? Vamos ver qual é hoje, cara. Vamos ver se ele vai ser mais do mesmo. Tá muita bala, né? Esse jogo aí é loucão, velho. Olha lá. Mano, acredito que ele vai ser a pegada do Odyssey, mas vai ter elementos mesmo assim sobre a Irmandade dos Assassinos. Eu acho que a única coisa que vão colocar mesmo assim no Assassin's Creed Valhalla é envolvimento dessa vez com a Irmandade, sabe? Mas eu acho que a mecânica do jogo vai ser Odyssey e Origins. Mas dessa vez eu acho que vai incluir mais a Irmandade dessa vez. Qual vazamento? O primeiro ou o segundo? O primeiro foi triste, né? O cara lá, ó. Massa, ó, doido. Só os voos, velho. Que é isso? Não tô vendo nada. É a primeira pessoa. Paraquedas. Já bem isso, cara. Já tá voando. Chico, pai, derrubou o helicóptero só num tiro. Uou! Olha lá os bonequinhos fresquinhos, ó. O cara tá ferido, ó. Shit, se rastejando, legal, ó. Deixa uma maletinha, ó. O Bop, velho. Opa, seu Valhalla. Obrigado pelo superchat, mano. Ansioso por esse jogo. Hoje vai dar pra saber um pouco mais. Vai sim, mano. Obrigadão pelo superchat. Tamo junto, hein. Eu espero que o Far Cry 6 não seja igual a Far Cry 5, porque quando a gente zera, a história não tem muita coisa pra fazer. Espero que nesse Far Cry não seja igual. Ah, mano, pode ser que eles acrescentem melhorias, né? Agora acrescente mais missãozinha pra fazer. A tendência é sempre evoluir nos jogos, né? Aumentar mapa, essas paradas. Que é isso, mano? Cadê um grito aqui, velho? Esse cara é doido, levou um susto aqui. E aí, Thiagão? Oi! Eita, que tá rolando? Toca, garotinha! E aí? Aí, ó. Olha isso aí. Esses caras querem me fazer pular, velho. Toca uma guitarra aqui, dá vontade de botar uma blusa na cabeça e começar a pular, feito doido. Se garante a dona, tu viu, velho? Voado ali, velho. Tem gente que é assim, velho. Olha o Chump, tu não se aguenta mais, né, Chumps? Tá chegando, mano.
Spread the joy and submit them on the link displayed on your screen right now. Alright guys, it is time for us to wrap up this pre-show.
Don't forget to stay tuned for our post-show featuring a deep dive into the world of Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Thanks a lot for watching this pre-show and enjoy Ubisoft Forward.
Olha, galera.
This is Ubisoft. This is Ubisoft. Explore our worlds. Meet the devs.
Mas tá travando aqui a live, velho.
Join us.
Hi everyone, I'm Neelam Kumar and I'm very excited to be co-hosting the first Ubisoft Forward with the talented Yusuf Mageed. Today's show is all about getting up close and in-depth with all the exciting games we have in production here at Ubisoft.
I'm Yusuf, but there's no time to waste. So let's head straight for the streets of futuristic London and see what the hackers of DedSec are getting into.
The illegal paintings, style messaging over the last few weeks across London are not the work of several people as was originally believed, but the work of an individual. The criminal suspected to have links with the terrorist group DedSec is marked as to be dangerous.
Aumentar o volume? Pera aí. O bicho tava travando aqui, cara. Não tava conseguindo ler o chat.
Authorities recommend not to approach the individual.
E aí, tá melhor ou tá muito alto agora?
And I did not speak out because I was not a foreigner. Then they came for the protesters. And I did not speak out because I was not a protester. Then they came for the journalists. And I did not speak out because I was not a journalist.
E aí, galera, tá bom o áudio aí? Ficou mais alto?
And then they came for street artists. But I did not speak out.
Ah, não tem não, cara? Ou se não tiver, vamos lá dar uma olhadinha. Vamos lá na Ubi Brasil. A legendado. Legendado, é? Vou tirar só o áudio desse aqui. Beleza, estamos aqui na Ubi Brasil. Vamos ver.
I realized that eventually they'd come for me, and there would be no one
Ó,
left
pode
to
crer,
speak
galera.
for.
Valeu aí, ó. Tá traduzido, mano. Agora tá melhor, velho. Tamo junto, vocês são brincadeira, meu irmão. Valeu. Agora nós entendemos, tá traduzido agora, hein? Quer saber como tá o áudio? Como é que tá o áudio aí? Vocês estão ouvindo ou tá baixo? Posso aumentar mais um pouquinho?
Sorry, miss. Jesus! Alright, so we're in a total mess now, so let's get the hell out of here.
Acho que tá alto já, né, cara? Tá bom.
And there's nothing more debilitating than that. This way, not to be able to do what you're passionate about.
After a long night, London is in chaos. The main arteries through the city are blocked. Hundreds of heavily armed Albion...
Well. Welcome to the Resistance. There's a welcome gift for our new members.
But the disappearance of the criminal...
You could have told me it was a bloody costume party.
Cara de muito doido, cara, velho.
Has been identified as David Ford, a 43-year-old London taxi driver. He has no criminal record, but is currently believed to be a terrorist. People have been asked not to approach him. The authorities advise all residents.
I'm Clint Hawking.
Clint has been a longtime creative force here at Ubisoft, and now he's bringing this vision to Watch Dogs Legion.
So yeah, what we just saw was an amazing short film by the director Alberto Mielgo that was inspired by Watch Dogs Legion and looks at the game and the universe and the characters through his incredible artistic vision and visual style.
The city needs a resistance.
Like the film, Watch Dogs Legion tells the story of ordinary heroes setting aside their differences in order to come together as a collective and to fight for a positive change. You can literally recruit and play anyone who you see in the open world. You profile people that are interesting to you, you help them with their problem, you play their origin mission.
Just help me get some closure and I'll do whatever you want.
Sounds like a DedSec problem. Leave it to us.
And that's how you recruit them into your team. And then they become the heroes of the game and the stars of your story.
And what are you doing in my flat? You with Albion?
Please, think more underground.
You with Albion?
I'm tickled, but think more underground.
What, DedSec? Yeah, right, Namche Guevara. You're done.
And they make the story not only, unique to them, but unique to you as the player and personal to you because they're, heroes that you've chosen and invested in. What would I say to fans? I guess I'd say, take care of yourselves, stay safe. Welcome to the Resistance.
Our London town. A modern metropolis.
Olha lá, galera.
Built on history and prosperity. Only took 12,000 years to build it up, and one night to tear it all down.
Oh my God.
Listen up. Get all your units to move in and lock down the city.
With London under attack by a mysterious terrorist, the government turns to a private military company called Albion to keep everyone safe. What could possibly go wrong? Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Nigel Cass, CEO of Albion. He's kindly stepped up to establish order.
Understand this.
Caos às ruas, né, cara? Policial aí, ó.
Not even myself to jeopardize this.
He will stop at nothing to permanently control the city.
E aí, Vanso? Mano, tá bugado lá. Conta.
London will be the first city in the world
também não tava conseguindo, não. Só que fica insistindo que uma hora dá
Nigel's not
certo.
the only opportunist who's taken a liking to this fair city. Meet Mary Kelly,
E aí,
head of the
Pando?
most powerful
Tamo
crime
junto, mano.
syndicate in
Obrigadão.
London.
Aparecer a live aí.
She
Já
and her
já, hein?
goons are
Já
using
já
the
Assassin's
dark
Creed
web to
Valhalla.
sell everything from
Concentração
party pills
total.
to people.
Eita, mano.
This microchip is scary, I know, but
Vai ser
I got
muito
to keep
louco,
tracks on my merchandise, don't I?
You made me a slave.
You do not want to ruffle her feathers.
É isso? Ixi, distribuição.
With the city out on its ass, it now falls on you to build a resistance and take back London.
Cara, estranho, né? Os bonecos se mexendo. Eu achei meio
Any of the brave Londoners you see walking the streets
tá esquisito.
can be recruited into your
Vocês estão
team.
achando não, galera? O gráfico, a movimentação dos bonecos, tudo esquisita. Tá meio robotizado, olha lá, velhinho, ó. Eita, velhinho.
Everyone can become your next secret weapon. In our first mission, we need to get some dirt on Nigel Cass, and that means breaking into Albion headquarters inside the Tower of London. All the hardy souls you see here are people we have recruited from the streets of London. They all have unique abilities, and you're free to tackle this mission with whoever you like.
Isso aí tem cara de doido. Olha ele, ó. Pensei que o cara tava mijando, velho. Tava mijando o quê? Mijou nada, que eu não vi água.
Everyone in DedSec, Arthur can hack pretty much whatever. But as a construction worker, he has a particular set of tools that make him handy.
Bagaceiro, velho. Shit.
He can even call his own cargo drone.
Que é isso, mano? O cara vai surfar no drone agora, meu irmão.
Perfect for gate crashing.
Ei, irmão, que viagem, velho. Olha aí, ó. O cara invadiu uma base. O cara invadiu uma base sozinho, mano. Com roupa de trabalhador e tudo. Chique, é certeiro, hein?
Jesus Christ, what is that thing?
Perhaps we could approach this mission differently. If you'd rather keep your distance, we've got you covered. Amy is a drone expert.
What have we here?
A real tech connoisseur.
Quebrou um drone ali, ó.
Hate spiders, but love this one.
What an adorable creepy crawler.
Here we are. Let's class the place up.
A drone expert does have the unique ability to summon their own drone. This little darling is fast and stealthy.
She aimed, she fired, she hit.
I'm reading incoming drones.
Chinela, menina, lá.
She can also hack enemy drones,
turning the tide in her fazer só bagaceiro nesse jogo aí, só pra ver o desmonteiro lá.
Direct confrontation, there are more ways than one to get the job done.
Ali tem o...
Recruiting an Albion officer like Brielle here might be challenging, but it'll get you inside restricted Albion areas.
Don't mind
Se eu vou pegar o Valhalla, vou, mano. Tem que aparecer ali, né? Tem que aparecer pra vender, eu vou pegar logo. É, o drone é louco, mano. Furo no bucho, padre. Furo no bucho, tá chegando, já. Eu quero ver meia hora de gameplay. Quero ver meia hora de gameplay. Eita, compadre.
Criminals running our streets, illegals threatening our families, the police commissioner himself assassinated by terrorists.
Well, that seems to be enough evidence. Next up, we're crashing Mary Kelly's organ farming operation and putting a stop to it.
That's good. The buyers expect high quality stuff.
And we need a hard nut for this.
Impairing our frontal lobe again, are we?
O gráfico tá meio estranho, cara. Os bonecos estão meio esquisitão aí, os bonecos, hein?
Say hello to Mickey. The man lives for his team.
Parecendo...
Put another hair on my chest.
And doesn't mind getting his hands dirty.
São os bonequinhos de cera, né, cara? Tomara que o Valhalla não esteja assim.
He does have a slight drinking problem, though.
DLC já? Faço nem ideia do que pode ser, viu, cara?
You know what? Let's go with someone a bit more professional.
DLC do Valhalla. Eu sei que aquelas paradas, né? De transação vai ter de sobra, velho. Armadura, arma.
It's almost crass to call him a
aí vai ter, viu? Ó o tirão, ó. O cara é bom, hein? Tá jogando aí, já jogou um bocado. Ó, só tiro na cabeça.
Some might even call him an artist.
Eita, no chão se foi. Olha lá, o cara dói. Eita, meu irmão. Também, esqueci aí. É o nome dele,
here's the bastard responsible.
Kenny Reeves, mano. Como é o nome?
Done and dusted.
O filme lá, cara. Esqueci o nome, ó.
Not everyone in London is a legendary assassin or a super spy, but everyone can be a hero.
Vixe, não vai não. Esperar o Marcão. Os personagens desse jogo aqui, o Marcão do White das vezes.
And build your resistance.
Eu não sei, eu nem vi o protagonista direito aí, é tanta gente.
It's time to take back
só se a veinha, né? A veinha desse jogo mitar tanto que... ela mitar tanto que o pobre velho do Marcão vai ficar no chinelo. Só quem pode botar o Marcão no chinelo é...
Plunging the player into a living, breathing city, teeming with unique locales and characters, has always been a central pillar of the Watch Dogs series.
Por quê?
So what goes into building those worlds? Here's Amanda Munt to tell us more.
My name's Amanda Munt. I'm a level artist on Watch Dogs Legion at Ubisoft Toronto. Being a level artist, I think, is the coolest job in video games because we do get the freedom to kind of like pick and choose what little details we want to depict, and we get ample opportunities to tell the stories that we want to tell in the spaces that we're assigned to. I have the capacity to hide things and, you know, like small little Easter eggs. In AC Unity, there was a boat somewhere in the world that was covered in gas. And then it happened again in Watch Dogs 2, and there may or may not be something in London that is a boat filled with cats in some capacity.
Muito massa, o Unity. Quem jogou o Unity aí?
I was fortunate enough to go to E3 last year. Some of the people that I was showing our demo to were from London, so no matter where I dropped in the city, they'd go, "Oh my God, this feels like Canada. You know, this feels like Southwark. This feels like Westminster." When people are talking about some detail that I've put into the world and they're excited about it, like that feels so good as somebody who, you know, builds these worlds.
Jogou quando o Unity? O Unity é uma delícia, né, cara? Massa demais. Valhalla, Valhalla.
And now some news for Brawlhalla fans. In just a few weeks, you'll be able to battle it out with your favorite legends on iOS and Android devices.
Three, two, one.
Olha aí, olha. Eita. Ah, o joguinho aí bonitinho, fresquinho, piradão. A rosca. Toma só os cabeçudos, ó. Os caras tudo internado, tudo um do lado do outro, não conversa com nenhum, velho. E aí, Jonathan? E aí, cara, salve. Aí pro nosso Ceará, tamo junto, mano. Salve pro nosso Ceará, mano. Amo Assassin's Creed, tenho todos. Mas o 3 e o 4 mudaram minha vida. Massa demais, mano. Assassin's Creed, o 3 e o 4 aí são top, velho.
And now, whether you need a Tom Clancy action fix on the go, or want to dive back into one of the most beloved fantasy franchises in gaming,
será que vai ter easter egg do Assassin's Creed Syndicate no Watch Dogs Legion? Syndicate, mano? Por quê? Thank you. Tem não, mano, tem mais bug não no Assassin's Creed Unity. Se baixar hoje em dia, você joga liso, viu? E aí, é bom. É bom. Pensa num jogão massa. Esse jogo aí tá parecendo Final Fantasy. Vai, e agora?
The target is being held on the ground floor. Go, go, go!
Tá torturando a gente, mano, tá torturando. Mas vamos aguardar, galera, que já Assassin's Creed Valhalla chega aí e a gente vai acompanhar e vamos ver o verdadeiro gameplay oficial agora. Aí a gente vai tirar nossas dúvidas, né? Mas vamos ver o que é o jogo de verdade dessa vez.
Contact! Moan chain is down. Request air support. Target northeast
rooftop. Vale a pena, Syndicate é bom, cara. É massa. Syndicate, cara, a gente visita até a casa do Edward, mano, de Assassin's Creed 4. Tem uma ligação lá, a gente visita a casa do cara, massa e tudo.
Get back in your cell.
Aí o cara lá, mano. Sleep Cell, né?
Hey, take this.
Don't make me regret this.
Class.
Speaking of Tom Clancy, it's been 5 years since Rainbow Six Siege first launched, and the community has never been stronger. In celebration of this milestone, Ubisoft Montreal has put together a special video to thank all of the amazing players and developers that have helped Siege become the game it is today.
In December 2015, a small team
e aí, João,
released
qual Assassin's Creed tem melhor história pra mim? Cara, do Ezio. Não tem como não, cara. Do Ezio é top, uma trilogia tão marcante que não tem como você achar que os outros Assassin's Creed tem melhor história não, porque a do Ezio foi top demais, cara. Aquele final, cara, que você encontra o corpo de Altair.
Tu peux t'y installer aussi et nous
emocionante, cara.
That original vision was quickly
Aquela
adopted
saga
by
do
our
Ezio,
passionate
mano.
community, propelling it to a whole new level.
Muito massa, cara. Eu acho que nunca mais vai ter, velho. O que dói no coração é saber que eu acho que não vai ter uma história tão profunda como teve assim, do Ezio sobre Assassin's Creed, assim, porque tá indo pro RPG, essas paradas todas aí. Não sei se vai ter uma parada tão marcante agora como antes.
But we also had our share of challenges.
Health that touches upon subject like matchmaking,
foi, mano, foi muito bem trabalhado o Ezio, cara. É tanto que eles fizeram 3, né, cara? Por mais que a mecânica era igual, era tudo bem. Cada um tinha uma melhoria, mas...
Through it all, we're always driven by you, our community, and together
o Ezio, ele foi envelhecendo, cara. Começou como um garotão lá traquino, virou assassino, Brotherhood, virou mestre, criou lá uma irmandade em peso, muito massa o Brotherhood, mano. Aí ficou mais coroa, um assassino experiente, Revelation, e realmente o Revelation são revelações, mano. Que louco, velho. Tô louco, ó, cara. Me lembrando aqui agora, depois vontade.
C'est vraiment le résultat de autant de nous que de vous. Ce jeu, il est autant le vôtre qu'il est le nôtre, nous, l'équipe de développement.
Now 60 million players strong, we're just getting started. From the devs that build the game to the community that plays it, thank you.
E aí, Panda, respondi aí, mano. Eu gosto, questão de história, o trilogia Ezio.
If you haven't tried it yet, dive into our new Operation Steel Wave update available now and take Ace and Malusi out for a spin.
A few days ago, we introduced y'all to a
galera,
brand new
lembrando, eu
multiplayer
esquecer.
shooter.
Deixa o like
Now,
aí, beleza? Pra fortalecer a live.
The
Não esqueci, cara. Não esqueci de pedir, cara, esse negócio de like. Mas eu sei que é importante, então se puder dar uma força aí, dá uma chibatada de um like aí, pra ver se a live chega pra mais pessoas. Tamo junto. Eita, mas o cara é um ninja, já vai esses pedaços.
What was that? A hack in the hyperscape. That's not supposed to be there.
Cara, a Ubisoft tem um jogo doido, né, mano? É umas viagens, cara.
About 30 years ago, everything that we feared about our future started to come true. We made some good decisions. We made some bad decisions. Actually, we made a lot of bad decisions. So, here we are.
O que aconteceria se Assassin's Creed tivesse na mão da Naughty Dog, hein? O que será que aconteceria, mano?
Changed everything.
Sei lá, mano. O jogo podia ser até bonito, mas era capaz deles ficar matando os personagens principais. A gente ia pegar um assassino e ia lá e matava o assassino.
In the Hyperscape, the biggest draw by far is Crown Rush. This is where anyone.
Opa, Panda, brigadão, mano. Brigadão. Eita, João Pedro, brigadão, mano. Valeu pelo like, cara, ajuda demais. Mais uma vez, obrigado por estar acompanhando aqui, viu? Sei que tá lotado aí, mano. Tá infestado esse canal. Muito canal fazendo live aí, mas vocês escolheram eu, cara. Eu fico agradecido. Então me fala aqui nos trailers de gameplay.
If you get good at Crown Rush, it can change your life. But strange things have been happening lately. Rumors of people getting hurt. Users disappearing from the real world. A darker
Valeu, Champs, meus comentários, mano. É o jeito de eu falar, né, cara? Porque eu sou daqui do Ceará, né? Das Brenhas aí. A gente fala desse jeito. Só que até as pessoas daqui me acham engraçado, mano. Até as pessoas que falam que nem eu ainda acham a minha mais puxada porque eu falo umas coisas loucas, sabe?
I'm JC, Creative Director on Hyperscape.
JC's work on Far Cry Primal and multiple Prince of Persia titles has established him as a top creative here at Ubisoft.
For me, what's exciting is we started building it from scratch, seeing it grow, adding ideas is really cool.
Hello, contender. Welcome to the Hyperscape.
The game takes place in 2054. It's in a future where humanity has grown a little darker.
Piauí, Piauí também tá lá, né?
They are launching what's called the Hyperscape, which is a virtual world and the internet of the future. It's the place where everything converges.
E aí, João, o que eu achei de Far Cry Primal foi o único que eu comprei, cara.
There is a battle royale that takes place in the virtual city of Neo Arcadia.
Porque, cara, eu não me dou com um jogo em primeira pessoa, cara. Não me dou. Eu não gosto de ficar jogando vendo a mãozinha assim. Eu só gosto de ver o personagem.
We also introduce a lot of new things.
Personalizar o personagem.
The opportunity to do parkour on the rooftops.
Se for primeira pessoa, eu não consigo personalizar. Fico só vendo a mão, eu não gosto.
You get to go to the landmarks where there's more.
Mas eu comprei o Far Cry Prime, joguei. Não zerei não porque eu não aguentei.
More players, so it's a risk reward kind of deal.
Eu não consigo ficar correndo vendo a mãozinha do personagem, me dá agonia, mano.
We introduce the notion of hacks, special abilities that you can pick up on the fly to adapt your tactics. With hacks, you can do things like teleport yourself, you can wrap yourself into a ball.
E aí, mano, tá calor, isso aqui tá calor, dá pra ouvir o ventilador, é?
So, a lot of abilities that let you have fun, that are toys that you can play with.
E galera, dá mais um feedback como é que tá o áudio aí, pra deixar melhor ainda. Vocês estão ouvindo? Tá alto aí, o volume da minha voz tá bom e o volume do vídeo.
Twitch extension. So every few minutes there's going to be a vote and viewers will be able to decide what effect they want to affect the whole battle. So things like changing the gravity, infinite ammo or stuff like that. So players, while this happens, really have to adapt to all kinds of stuff that is happening. So for me it's really exciting because right now as we speak we're launching the open beta, so it's going to be available for free to play for all PC players worldwide. And I really want to thank all the players, all the streamers and all the viewers who participated in tech test and who will participate in the open beta. Here's a short glimpse of what you can expect.
Lá vem os ninjas. Tá de boa, tá de boa? Beleza, tá de boa. É o Panda.
Showtime.
É, vamos deixar o Valhalla pro final, mano. Eles gostam de torturar a gente. Mas vamos ficar aqui, conversando, brincando. A galera que tá quietinha na live aí sem falar nada, salve meus brothers, tamo junto, viu? Obrigadão por vocês escolherem aqui a live pra assistir. É nóis, tamo junto. Seja bem-vindo aí pra quem não conhece o canal. Aqui, mano, é só frescura. Se quiser comentar aí, brincar um pouquinho, pode ficar à vontade, mano. Tamo junto aqui. Aqui nós é da selva. É assim que senhora. Tô ansioso, mano. Tá, todo mundo tá ansioso, cara. Quem é que não quer ver? Assassin's Creed é bom demais. Furadinha no bruxo,
world of the Hyperscape
no
gave our
cangote,
artists and
lá no
developers
oculta.
incredible freedom when it came to designing characters.
Production manager Ana Maria Musca is going to take us behind the scenes of character design.
My name is Ana Maria Musca. I'm the production manager
crer, mano.
for characters and weapons on
Ó,
Hyperscape.
pai, a liberar só pro PC, era pra Play
We
4, né,
have
cara?
paid an
Eu mal jogo
exceptional
no
amount
PC,
of detail
cara.
to our characters. We switch different outfits,
Eu não
different
tenho nem
fashion
conta, cara,
statements,
na
different
Steam, eu
tattoos,
nunca nem
different
vi, você nem mexeu,
materials
eu vou
until
mexer.
we see them as real
Eu
individuals,
possui um PC há
as
pouco
real
tempo,
people.
cara, não sei
So
nem
the
como é que
second you
funciona
pick a
aqui.
character, you see them in game, you
O
understand
único jogo
what
que
their
eu tenho é
motivations are
o
and what drives them and what
The
challenges
Witcher
them.
3, eu baixei na Tora, né, tio aí, pra
This was the
pirataria, velho.
first lineup of characters.
Baixei,
This is our
baixei,
default base.
joguei,
but
botei no Ultra
even
pra ver como é que
starting from the
ficava,
hair
ficou lindo, ó.
down, everything has been meticulously thought of. Would this person actually like this type of outfit? Would this person enjoy the type of tattoos that we're putting on them? Will they actually like to be in this body? Each season, we plan to produce new outfits for these characters. So we're hoping some of our players are gonna see the effort and maybe even correlate some of the accessories to what's gonna happen in the game. We're very excited to see it in people's hands.
É isso aí, João Pedro. Tamo junto.
As we move into the next generation of gaming, Ubisoft has been working closely with console makers to take advantage of all the extraordinary capabilities these new consoles will offer.
Now we have a special guest to tell us a little more.
Hey everyone,
Phil
Spencer from Xbox. With Watch Dogs Legion, Ubisoft is supporting smart delivery. So you will get the absolute best version of the game on any version of Xbox you're playing on. On Series X, you'll get to take advantage of the amazing work the team has done with DirectX ray tracing to create an absolutely immersive version of London like you've never seen before. Ubisoft has a unique ability to create immersive worlds, setting a new bar that continues to drive our industry forward. I'm a huge fan of Assassin's Creed.
Olha lá, tá passando uns pedacinhos, hein? Cada cantinho da tela tá passando um pedacinho de Valhalla.
And I can't wait for you to see the gameplay from Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Pois mostra, cara de tabaco, eu quero ver agora.
Alright, we've been waiting to hear more about this game since it was announced back in April. And now it's time for a deep dive.
Opa, Jailson, obrigadão pelo superchat, meu querido. Tamo junto.
My name is CANAL and I'm the producer of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So a couple of weeks ago, we announced Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and the reaction from the fans was just amazing. The time period of Vikings is really, really inspiring. When we did our research,
olha, galera,
we found that, they were not mindless barbarians.
Estamos falando sobre o mesmo assunto agora.
Vikings were actually farmers trying to find new lands for them to settle. And so they had really human motivations. So for us to have this opportunity to tell kind of the real story about Vikings and kind of separate ourselves from the myths and the folklore is really something that drove us to make this game. The team went to Norway and England to take the same roads that the Vikings did to really experience what it meant to be a Viking at that time.
Scope!
And then leaving Norway, which is barren but majestic, and just coming by boat in England and see those rolling green hills full of sheep, full of life, is just this moment
andando a cavalo, cara.
Most likely the Vikings felt as well. You need to see this land of opportunity. And this is exactly the feeling we want players to experience in this game. It is a personal adventure, it is the story of Eivor, a Viking chieftain.
Chefe dos Vikings, o Eivor, cara.
Eivor is either a male or a female. You decide when you start the game.
Ah, esse negócio de escolher,
you
meu
have to
irmão.
leave Norway to settle in England because you just can't live in Norway anymore. There's too much political pressure, no resources available. Obviously, in England, it's full of Anglo-Saxons and other people, and they don't really want you there. So you will have to fight your way there to kind of build your own settlement and see your clan prosper. Vikings were brutal warriors.
Shields!
And the fact that they were mastering a lot of weapons coming from the medieval times really inspired us to kind of revamp the fight system, to leverage the brutality and the intensity of Viking combat. Vikings were not only fighting face to face, they were masters of stealth and deception when needed. They used basically any sort of tactics they could use to win the battle. So we want to portray the full range of combat that you can imagine.
Palavra que esse cara fala sobre esse jogo me deixa doido, mano. Olha lá, menino, olha lá no cu, tô no zóio, pai.
We are very happy to finally be able to show you the game we've all been working on. So please enjoy this deep dive into Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
É, porra, agora, compadre, olha lá, começou, ó. In-game, ó. Bora ver. Hora da verdade, pai.
In Assassin's Creed Valhalla,
gameplay.
You will relive the epic saga of the Viking invasion of England.
Chico, pai, tô com barco e tudo.
You play as Eivor, a Viking from Norway, who will lead his or her battle-hardened warriors across the North Sea to the British Isles. Eivor is driven by an ambitious goal, to build a thriving Norse settlement in a hostile land.
For the good of our clan, it is time we go a Viking.
Olá, galera.
Today we raid.
Gameplay isso aí, hein?
Tomorrow we may build.
England is a dark age tangle of broken kingdoms and warring dynasties, a land of opportunity and riches.
Barquinho pequeno dessa vez.
As you prowl England's rivers by longship, you may raid locations you spot from the shoreline. Ground your ship.
A câmera tá mais próxima, se vocês notarem, a câmera tá mais próxima agora. Mas na mesma pegada do Odyssey. Só que a ambientação completamente, né? Diferente. A mira, Odyssey.
Your crew will assist you in all your raids, fighting enemies, battering down doors, and stealing cargo too heavy for one set of arms. Whatever riches and resources you pillage may be used to develop your settlement, giving you access to useful services, better tools, and new settlers.
Tipo Fallout, né?
Is the Alliance map.
Nosso assentamento, aumentar o nosso assentamento.
And a guide for future opportunities.
Ó, a gente vai viajar pros países. Eita, meu irmão, lá os... Opa!
In Valhalla, you will find the largest variety of enemies.
Cara, mesmo esquiva, meu irmão. Não, meu irmão. Você esquiva não, cara.
Every archetype offers a unique challenge. Some will coordinate with their allies for special attacks.
Olha isso aí, ó. O cara segurou ali, meu irmão.
Including the bodies of fallen
Vixe,
warriors.
Doido. Umas paradas legais ainda, hein?
You must find and exploit your opponent's weaknesses to gain the upper hand. Take the fight to your foes with a host of brutal new combat abilities. Snare them with a Viking harpoon. Pummel them with throwing axes.
Cara, na moral, esse jogo não tá combinando com personagem feminina não, ó, cara.
To keep them at a distance or finish them off. Dual wield any two weapons you wish.
Olha lá, galera, personalização. Eita, escudo, martelão, espada.
Customize your fighting style as you see fit.
Eita, essa arma pelona, hein?
Viking warrior.
Pô, mas cadê o sangue, cara? Ah, tá aí.
All combinations of weapons are available to dual wield, including two shields.
Aí, massa, hein? Olha aí, massa, hein, galera? Escudo ali, ó. Opa! Eita!
Not all violent.
Ah, galera!
A Viking must find a way to adapt. As Eivor is not welcome in England,
porra, cara.
You may need to outsmart your enemies, avoiding unwanted attention
meu irmão, olha lá, cara.
Cities.
Agora... Porra, velho, ficou massa. Fazendo comidinha. Cara, a mecânica do Odyssey ali é de menos, velho, é de menos. Tendo ali um pouquinho da essência da nossa irmandade, tá valendo. Porque a gameplay de Assassin's Creed Odyssey é massa, mano. Olha isso aí. Só em a câmera tá um pouco mais próxima, cara, a gente já tem um... Olha, ó. Eita, mas isso aí é maior que o do Odyssey, viu? Olha lá o tamanho. É o Fenrir, velho. Opa, olha lá, cara, visão de águia. Mesma coisa e tudo. Tesouro. Várias dicas aí pra vocês. Local secreto. Invasão, velho, a fortaleza.
In a series of climactic moments, Assassin's Creed Valhalla will feature massive assaults in which you will lead Eivor's army into battle against heavily guarded Saxon fortresses.
Today we will reclaim her.
Tá massa, tá massa, velho. Tá massa, maluco.
Tomorrow we rebuild.
For Eastern.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla will transport you to wondrous and haunted lands.
Olha lá aquela gameplay lá. Era isso mesmo.
England's pagan roots. It will challenge and surprise.
Nossa, mano, o tamanho desse cara.
With unforgettable characters, thrilling triumphs, and tragic losses, giving you the chance to live your own Viking saga.
Olha, foi lá. Será que tu viu? Lâmina oculta foi lá dentro do corpo do cara. Pô, acabou, quero mais, pai. Só isso. Novembro. Data liberou, dia 17, galera, novembro.
9th century England is truly unlike anything the franchise has seen before. Assassin's Creed Valhalla will release this holiday season on Xbox Series X,
agora a gente viu. Vamos ler os comentários.
PS4, PC, and Stadia.
We're close to wrapping up today, but before we go, our CEO, Emo, is here to share a few words.
Eu não gosto dos brilhinhos, tomara que dê pra tirar aqueles brilhinhos, não quero brilhinho não. Tipo assim, se tiver a opção lá, né, tirar o brilhinho, a gente tira o brilhinho. Porque quando o inimigo vem atacar, não precisa ele estar brilhando ou insinuando que ele vai atacar, basta só o movimento, né? A gente faz o movimentozinho lá, se tiver pra tirar esse brilhante, a gente tira.
So you will have another Ubisoft forward to reveal.
Cara, gostei do que eu vi, massa. Tu viu ali ele se misturando, meteu o capuz. Só espero que ele não bote o capuz só pra se misturar, né?
We have one more thing to share with you.
Tomara que ele bote o capuz ali. Que é isso aí, pô, todo jogo aqui, ó. Vamos dar uma olhadinha, o que é isso aqui? Fazer um vídeo aqui depois da live. Vamos fazer um vídeo aqui. Vamos comentar um pouquinho sobre essa gameplay depois. Só ver o que é isso aqui que tô curioso. Que é isso aí, mano? Não tô entendendo nada. Ah, mas é o Far Cry 6, ó. Doideira, hein, mano. Opa, você Valhalla outra vez, cara, brigadão. Brigadão pelo superchat. Você Valhalla, caralho. Tamo junto, mano, é nóis. Brigadão. Aí, cara, apareceu, gostou, cara? Eu gostei do que eu vi, hein? Gostei, eu não esperava outra mecânica. Olha lá o vazão. Cry 6. Tem uma gameplayzinha? Música em espanhol.
Fuerzas ultrapenetrantes, estamos cansados de los farsantes.
Que é isso? É jogo ou é cinemate? Cinemate. Olha lá, galera. Olha lá, galera. Ó. Filho dele, ó.
Perfect. But useless. I have something for you, Diego. Give me your hands.
Papa.
Now, the grenade is simple. It has 4 basic parts. The shell, which contains the explosive, the fuse, the handle, and of course, the pin.
Por isso que o cara é doido, mano.
What are you doing?
Breathe, Diego. Breathe. The pin simply holds the handle in place. It is only when you let go that this grenade goes boom. Follow me. Now.
Mano, o cara era normal, velho.
I am El Presidente, which means that someday.
Quer dizer, não sei nem se é ele, né, mano? Mas eu acho que é ele mesmo, né? O Vasco, né?
And our people, they do not know how to be happy. They are torn apart by opinions, noise, indecision, strangled by their own freedoms. And even if you have love in your heart, even if you want what's best for them, if you only want to save them from themselves, they will hate you, Diego. Everything you say, do, believe, will be wrong. They will answer you with screams, call you evil.
O cara parece muito com ele, velho. O rosto. Olha aí. Tá um moicano dele aí, ó.
So you tell me, are you evil?
Não, o jogo era pra sair, era com esse gráfico.
Are you a monster? Because our country is like this grenade, except it has 2 basic parts. Our people.
Uma coloí na cabeça do pivete, velho.
And you must clutch them nice and tight, or we all go boom. Do you understand now?
Caralho, velho. Que louco, maluco, velho. O nome do cara é Diego, né, mano? Pré-ordem. Data liberada também, data.
And with that, we're wrapping up our first
E aí,
Ubisoft Forward.
Passou, ó, Assassin's Creed Valhalla aí passou
Today,
já, mano.
we've seen the next generation of Assassin's Creed, the birth of a resistance in Watch Dogs Legion, the cyber chaos of Hyperscape, and the epic reveal of Far Cry's newest installment, along with so much more.
E aí, galera? Vocês acharam aí de Assassin's Creed Valhalla, galera?
This year with another Ubisoft Forward
Gostaram da
tons of game
do
news and
ambiente?
updates.
Thanks for joining us.
Eu particularmente agora gostei, cara. Tem mais alguma coisa? Ei, tem mais, cara. Olha lá, cara, tem mais, pai. Vem. Pensei que tinha acabado, olha lá, surpresinha, ó.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Ubisoft Forward post show. My name is Yusuf Magid, and this is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We're going to take a deep dive into about 30 minutes of
antes da gente chegar pra invasão, a galera já começa a atacar feito louco, velho. A gente tem que ter uma equipe bem elaborada aí. Um escudo pronto.
So Fizz, we're setting up here for what looks like an epic encounter. Tell us exactly what's going on here.
Yeah, so here we're midway through the quest that we're showing for UB Forward. Here we're looking at the assault of Berg Castle. So these are big moments that usually sort of culminate at the end of the story. And so here Eivor, Viking Raider, is taking a group of raiders and Fyrds into Berg Castle to go and take down Rued and his clan.
E o massa desse jogo é que você vai poder contratar, né, guerreiros mais fortes para lhe ajudar na batalha.
Basically, Rued comes into play about halfway through this story arc, where at the beginning of the arc, this is something that happens before. Rued basically caused a lot of turmoil within the territory, and Oswald, who's the
essa movimentação da flecha é copiar colou, viu?
Territory, needs your help to take him down.
Essa esquiva, mano.
Just been defeated
mano,
in
que
previous
esquiva horrível, na moral, o que eu menos gosto
revenge,
dessa esquiva, vou mentir.
So Fizz, as you're talking, we're seeing some of the combat.
Praticamente isso aí que eu não gosto do jogo.
A little bit about the changes
essa esquiva. Olha lá, doido. Caralho, vai tá massa, hein? Rebolar o machadão é bem louco. Agora essa esquiva, mano, do boneco, sei lá, deslizar no chão, cara. Finalização tá ok, velho. Tá ok, finalização. Nossa. Brutal. Homem. Que essa mulher não bota esse capuz, meu irmão.
Oswald. He lives.
Oswald lives!
Eivor, is that you? Shut your ass, twig spine.
Here, Eivor has taken her entire army through the assault, and finally, it's revealed that our Elderman, our ally, Oswald, is still alive, and Rued has him captive.
So this is what it comes to, Wolfkist? 2 Danes fighting over a filthy Saxon whoreson? If this swine is your prize, come and get him!
So now that we've seen that
Aí o brilhinho, galera, o brilhinho, o bicho vai atacar, dá o brilhinho.
What's the next step here?
So the next move for Eivor is to finally face off against Rued. She has her allies, they can take care of the rest of the army. Now it's time to go one-on-one against Rued.
Olha aí, pra que esses brilhos aí, cara?
Your battle is not yet won, Oswald.
And it's worth pointing out, actually, that here what we're showing is the player going and facing off against Rued aggressively, but we tend to always have to support a 360-degree approach in these things. So the player could have approached this a little bit more stealthily and gotten at least like a good critical hit on either Rued or his wolf, and so you can play this a little bit more strategically if that's your playstyle.
Cara, tá massa.
So we're not only fighting Rued here, but also his pet wolf, right?
Here, one of my preferred strategies is to eliminate the wolf first. Just focus fire on him. It takes at least one opponent out of the combat. Now, Rued will have extra abilities that come into play if you do eliminate his wolf. But I think having one opponent less in the battlefield makes for a good strategy in the whole.
O gráfico tá meio esquisito, vocês estão falando aí, realmente é verdade, o gráfico tá meio esquisito, mas tá ali, ó, ainda tá em progresso, galera. Vamos olhar lá embaixo lá que tá em progresso, ó. Até o final do ano, hein. Vai melhorar um bocado, cara. Vou melhorar o gráfico aí. É uma coisa que a Ubisoft faz é melhorar os gráficos, cara. A gente vê nos jogos aí do Assassin's Creed, cada um vem melhor. Esse aí é porque tá em progresso, cara.
You throw in with these wastrels, these arrogant
Mas essa esquiva aí não vai mudar não.
He should be tried before God, a lawful assembly.
All right, so we've defeated Rued, we freed Oswald. What comes next?
Oswald, in this case, prefers for Rued to be kept alive, and so you basically have to choose: are you going to go against his wishes or stay true to your nature?
E aí, Jonathan Games?
So we have this
Salve, mano. Tamo junto, meu querido. É nóis.
I want to rewind a little bit because we just did this big grand assault.
But
eu adorei, cara, eu adorei esse ambiente, mano.
She clearly had to recruit some folks along the way, get some troops, get some allies. So let's actually rewind and see how we went about first gathering those troops.
Right. So when coming up to an assault, it's a game of numbers. Eivor can go into pretty much any location.
Bem medieval, cara. Eu acho muito massa. Sem ser armadura, sem ser plano mesmo.
Eliminating some of the
a galera tudo
assets,
trabalhando, vai pegar bem uma missãozinha secundária, vai.
Strategy, you can do that, and you'll have some of the ingredients or of the assets there that will have been sabotaged, but you still need.
Ó, tem escrito ali, ó.
So here what
não
we're seeing
representa o
is
final do
Eivor going
game.
around the countryside and raising what we
Então,
call the Ferd,
ainda
which
não
is
vamos levar
the
em
men
consideração
and the women of the territory who come up and
essas
fight in the
gameplay
name of a king.
mostrada.
So
Isso aí é só pra ver como é que
Eivor's
tá,
going
né?
around and trying to convince people to fight in the name of Oswald to finally take down the oppressor that
Isso aí é só pra gente ver o que é Valhalla, que vai ser de Valhalla. Então com certeza eles vão melhorar gráfico, vão melhorar gráfico, vão tirar bugs, vão dar uma polida geral até lá.
The image and like the leadership that
Feio
Oswald
não vai
had,
ficar
what
não,
he meant to
acredito
the
que feio não vai
people
ficar
in
não,
his name,
mas
she's going to recruit these people.
mecânica mesmo aí, negócio de aquelas esquivazinhas, brilhinho, isso aí, é isso aí mesmo, pronto, acabou.
So we're told by this Reeve that there are troops, there are allies that he could add to our cause. But first, we sort of need to do him a favor.
Cara, eu não achei nem que tinha do Origin.
Yeah, so
tem mecânica do
obviously
Origin,
these people have been run down by Rued and the impact he's had on the territory. So I think a lot of these people have sort of lost hope, and so you need to show them that there is hope. And so here, Eivor is basically helping them take back one of their prized locations by taking a couple men and raiding a nearby township. Basically taking it back for the people and showing that there's a reason to continue fighting and then get them on your side.
Olha lá, a galera chegou em peso pra fazer a invasão. Ixi, o cara caiu lá de cima. Ah, vai ser gostoso, cara. Vamos negar que vai ser gostoso invadir essas fortalezas aí e meter a chibata. Nossa, mano,
when Eivor does this, obviously you have access to a full suite of abilities. So again, the improvements that we've done to the fight system, you have some brutal axe throwing in there. You have archery or like range combat abilities in there as well. So really, again, like depending on what your playstyle is, you can customize your loadout and go in there how you wish.
Não acredito não, mano. Por que o cara tá brilhando dourado ali no canto? Aí galera, vamos ter visão de água. Ó a capa, estamos usando capa, hein? A roupa tá bonita, a roupa.
This is what we call the Odin sight. The Odin sight is basically our interpretation of the eagle vision from previous games, and we thought it was good to sort of bring that back. It's basically Eivor's intuition, it's how she perceives the world. When player uses that, it'll highlight basically interactive objects, like things that will bring her an advantage. So we'll have arrows, like health consumables that are in there. So it really is like a good way of sort of understanding the world and showing you like things that you can go and touch.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of things we can touch, we just picked up this awesome new weapon.
Something we wanted to play with on Assassin's Creed Valhalla, where we have fewer weapons in the game, but you can invest in them more, so they become your weapon. And so depending on what your preferred
porque no Odyssey a gente pode colocar capuz, mas quando a gente vai falar com algum personagem que entra numa cena, o capuz some, mano.
Not only are we looting weapons, but we see something here.
Tipo, não é pra sumir, sabe?
Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Ó, pegou alguma coisa ali, ó.
Nas Valkyrie, habilidade, ó. Valkyrie dive that has just been unlocked. We have these spread out throughout the world, so again to promote exploration and discovery. As you travel through the world and you explore locations, you can find these books that will add abilities that you can go and invest in, put into your loadout, then go into the different locations with the different quests in the game and use those depending on what your playstyle is.
Now we've recaptured this village, we've secured more troops for our assault. Let's jump back now and figure out what we want to do with Rued.
The rightful king of East Anglia has spared your life today, and so it will be.
Compassion is a virtue suited for anyone, Eivor, including you. Thank you.
Eivor decided to let him live. Rued is really angry about that. Being a Norse Viking, being put to the death in battle is your road to Valhalla. So he was basically denied access to Valhalla in this situation. Obviously, all of these decisions come into play later on in the game, so we have very difficult decisions for the player to make. We didn't want to have easy decisions.
Essa gameplay aí, ó,
when I was playing,
da primeira vazada, só que agora tá melhor qualidade.
But what exactly is the relationship like between Eivor and Oswald?
So the relationship between Eivor and Oswald is an alliance. It's basically Eivor is surrounded by territories that initially getting into England are hostile towards her. And obviously, if you want to set up a new settlement, you want to make sure that your neighbor is friendly. So here in East Anglia, Oswald is the man for the job, where putting him into the position of power would help her secure her territory. So earlier on to the territory, Eivor comes in here, meets Oswald. The problems he had with Rued are sort of put to light, and going through the arc, you basically help him deal with Rued and aligning basically Danes with Saxons in one territory.
So, Fizz, we've completed the assault. We've gotten our hands dirty with some combat, taken down Rued. We have this big open region of East Anglia, so before we head off to Oswald's wedding, what do you say we head out, have some fun, and see what we can get into in the open world?
Uma coisa que pegou do Origins, eu acho que é a câmera, né? Um pouco mais próxima da gente.
So we see a cat here with a speech bubble above it, and you best believe if you let me talk to a cat, I'm going to talk to a cat.
Yeah, these are some of our some of my favorite moments actually in the game, where we put out a whole bunch of events throughout the territory. And it sort of rewards, again, exploration, going around. It's a chance for us also to sort of showcase a different side of Eivor. A lot of the quests sort of deal more with like politics and warfare, and this shows a slightly more human nature to her. So it permits us to explore that character a little bit more.
O boneco tá pesadão, né?
And so here, basically, like you're trying to help a kid with his cat and ultimately get that
a missãozinha do gato.
Join your crew as a cat raider.
You just said cat raider way too casually. You're telling me I could have a cat Viking raider on my longship?
That's exactly what I'm telling you.
Oh my god, yes, I love it. Perfect.
Pegamos o gato pra nós, foi, ó.
As you're riding around the rivers of England, you would see a cat basically walking around your longship, keeping your Viking raiders company.
You know, speaking of the Viking longship, we're seeing some of that gameplay here now. Can you talk a little bit about how that works and functions in Valhalla?
Desse mapa aí, galera.
So starting out on this project, I think the Viking longship is one of the biggest images that we all have when we think about Vikings in our game. And so Vikings had this awesome design for longship that had a very shallow hull, so it permitted them to go very far inland very quickly, and you could basically disembark Viking raiders like on pretty much any shore. We added that into the game, where you can basically sail up to any location and then just decide to disembark with your guys and raid a location, loot all its treasure, get back in the ship, and then continue sailing down the river to your next opportunity.
So I know past Assassin's Creed games allowed for songs and things like that to be sung on ships. Will Valhalla have a similar version of that?
Yeah, so this is something we actually wanted the crew of your ship to become like your home away from home. So we added stories and songs into the ship. So basically, as the player is going around, you could decide to have your skald sort of sing a song for you as you row down the river. But you can also decide, depending on who the raiders are in your ship, to hear more about their life, so you can actually queue up stories and they'll give you a little bit more background of who they are. So you get to know your sort of fighters as you're traveling around the world, which is a cool
batendo no jogo com força aí, tá em progresso ainda, cara. Tá mostrando aí só o que vai ser o jogo, tá?
What exactly are we looking at?
We had this on previous Assassin's Creed. You would like ride on your horse, and you could pull out, have the horse sort of follow the track. We have a similar thing for the ship, where you can put up your sails. It's cruise control for the ship, so you can pull back, take in the scenery, listen to some songs or some stories, and just take it all in.
Olha lá, pôr do sol, ó.
So, you know, speaking of Viking songs, we have an activity here that's not exactly singing, but kind of related, right?
Yeah, so here what we have is what we call flighting, which was an activity that Norse people would partake in. they would like to have a battle of wits and sort of poetry where
Cara, o jogo é
insults
massa
would be
e
thrown
tudo,
back and forth
mas você
between
não
each other.
sente a
The
essência do
idea was
Assassin's
to
Creed
try
mesmo.
and have a good insult, but
Você
also
não
to
sente que,
have a good rhythm
sei lá, tá no meio da
and a good
irmandade nem
rhyme in
nada.
there. So it's
Eles não mostram,
basically
cara,
a precursor
o que
to
a gente quer ver
rap
mesmo, né?
battles.
O cara vai ter que fazer negócio com o
Here's
cara
the
aqui.
silver. Now begin.
Tipo, não vai ser um jogo ruim, não vai, tenho certeza que não, cara. Vai ser um jogo massa. Vixe, tem um tempo aí, ó, aquele diálogo.
Then you're speaking to fools and their knowledge is
Não vai ser um jogo ruim, como eu falei, mas...
How exactly do you go about being successful in one of these?
Mas eu não tô sentindo nada de Assassin's Creed ainda, a não ser que eles mostrem, né? Alguma coisa relacionada à furtividade, à Irmandade em si.
I'm known for my might.
Interesting. Silent whispers all claim that you're terribly dense.
Then you've clearly misheard them. My wit is immense.
O boneco falou, mexeu nem a boca, cara.
Well, what a surprise. Eivor of the Raven clan is a true talent. I'm shocked.
Don't believe everything you hear, unless it touches on my flighting. Then heed every word.
Take the coin.
So now that we've proven our sharp tongue and wit, I think it's time for a bit more relaxing activity. So we're fishing here.
Yeah, that's it.
Poder pescar uns peixinhos, galera.
We gave Eivor a fishing line, so you can actually throw out a line and go catch some fish. This is used basically to play into our new health loop where the player will lose health in the world, and it doesn't automatically regenerate like we would have in the past. So you actually have to go out and get some supplies. So you'll find mushrooms, some food that you can gather. But here, like, you can also catch some fish and consume that to regain some health. We also will sometimes have it in certain quests, so it's a good way to sort of chill out on the side of the water and just again take it all in. So this is what we call one of our offering altars. So the idea is that you find these around the world and you make offerings to it. So it'll take like animal parts and stuff that you can find throughout the world. Here what you're seeing though is sort of like a fancy version of it, where as you do your offering you get interrupted by some kids that basically come and steal your stuff. So it was just a way for us to sort of showcase that, like, the systems and the activities in the world can sort of play in with some quests and some little bits. It's a way to sort of dress up these moments and make it all fit inside
não pode ser da cor da lama.
Yeah, this seems like a really sort of unexpected turn for what I thought was going to be a kind of simple interaction.
Yeah,
olha, vai passeio sim, mas não precisava ter a pegada verde. Olha, tá verde, ó. Não precisa usar o sentido de águia porque já tem a pegada todinha no chão verde. Não é pegada não, o cara derrubou alguma coisa.
So it lets us really go into the depth of who is Eivor, what motivates her, how she can interact with the world outside of warfare and politics. And it also showcases like a different facet of the world at the same time. It's not only Eivor, so it just widens the breadth of the stories that we can tell.
So who exactly are these two children?
These are kids of East Anglia. They are going through tough times with whatever Rued's been doing to the territory, and so they're just here trying to survive and basically exploit the people that are there to make offerings.
It was kind of nice to see that Eivor wasn't really necessarily upset at them for stealing, and you know, after you talk to them, you have the choice of helping them. You can, you know, give them food, give them some money, or you know, maybe just say, "Hey, good luck, on your way."
Yeah, and then this is something we also wanted to do a lot. Like, so here we're doing an event, we do it in quests as well, but we want to give a lot of this agency into players' hands so that they can sort of shape Eivor a little bit, who she is, so it represents them a little bit more, and they can roleplay that a little bit better. And again, it just gives her like a little bit more humanity in these moments.
Provide for small walkers.
Here, large walker.
A necklace?
Yes, it's a St. Martin seal. You're welcome here anytime,
Ah, quero ver a Irmandade. Quero ver a Irmandade dos assassinos, cara. Mostra aí.
I will. Take care now, small green walkers.
Ela tá com a lâmina oculta na mão, cara. Dá pra ver aí, ó.
So I think AC veterans might recognize this here, but what exactly is Eivor chasing down?
Yeah, so here you're seeing Eivor running down one of our tattoo images. So this is challenging the player on free run abilities, but also for fans of the series, sort of pulling at their heartstrings for some beloved features.
A descida do cavalo melhorou, porque antigamente ia dar um pulo, desceu até a direita.
By collecting
agora.
these tattoos, you actually bring them back to your settlement, and then you can customize different body parts, having different tattoos everywhere. So again, another form of expression, and it's sort of to represent that Viking culture.
Localização de investigação, né? Encontrar uma chave e tal.
One of my favorite things when I was just out there exploring East Anglia was coming upon a house or a building and realizing that there was a chest inside, but that there was no easy way in. And in this case, I saw all the doors were barred, but I knew that because there was a chest in there must have been some way to get inside. So I went around the back and found a way in.
Yeah, I'm glad you actually caught on to that. You're pointing at something that we wanted to work on a lot on Valhalla, where we wanted the exploration to make you feel smarter, so we played a lot with puzzle solving, so making sure that every house that you find sort of appeals to you, like it draws your attention, and then when you want to come and explore, it's not given to you. You still have to work for a little bit, so it'll challenge you on your observation skills, logic, just trying to find how do I get into this. So we play a lot with level design, quest design, to offer challenges to players, and you basically come out of it like with a better feeling for the exploration, but you also get to see more of a story behind these locations, which we've crafted. So it gave us a little bit more time to sort of slow down the experience and tell a different version of a story.
Ó, deve ser boss agora, hein? É boss, ó.
A poor victim of someone's fury.
Yeah, I mean, speaking about exploration and just finding things out in the world, I was just wandering and came across this clearing and found this kind of morbid altar.
Yeah, so this is one of our bigger events that
mas ela vai ficar drogada aí ela vai.
So as Eivor explores,
pegar umas viagens, vai vir aqueles monstrão aí bem loucão com poder.
By interacting with them, here it's a trap that's been set by this character named Regan. Now there's a bigger story behind all this. There's multiple steps to it later on. So this is one of the moments. It permits us to go into a slightly more mystical realm and play with a boss fight that has more magical abilities, if we will. And basically have this awesome boss fight in the middle of the swamps. And so here the abilities that you see Reagan using are a little bit on the mystical side of things. What's happening is Eivor at the beginning in that trap is poisoned, and so she starts sort of hallucinating, seeing the world in a sort of different light and filter. And so that's sort of what lets us go into this the realm of the weird.
Se ele visse negócio desse, ele tava chorando.
Spirit of my father's rage, fill me!
Mas é massa, cara. É legal, é divertido. O negócio é o nome. O jogo é massa, em si o jogo é massa. O problema é o nome, tem o nome Assassin's Creed. Aí lasca, era pra ser tipo a era dos Vikings, sei lá, qualquer coisa. Ia pegar melhor do que botar o Assassin's Creed aí, mano.
So we just saw here that Regan belongs to something called the Daughters of Lyria.
Yeah, that's correct.
By finding the other daughters, you'll get a little bit more backstory on who they are, so we don't want to spoil that too much. But it creates like a sort of greater story that is not on the main path in any way, but it is still very rich and adds to the lore of this world and actually plays into history.
So we just had a really exciting, really intense boss battle.
Gostei.
I think it's time for something a little bit more relaxing.
Tá assim, bem limpo, eu acho lindo, sabe? Gosto dos brilhinhos.
Here it's all about pacing yourself with the highs and the lows. So here we have a low chill moment of what we call building a cairn. So Eivor, as she explores the world, will find these sort of meditative areas where you have a pile of rocks that you could just stack on on top of one another using physics. And I mean, yeah, the ultimate goal is to try and get the highest pile of rocks, but really it's about taking in the sights, relaxing, taking a step back, and just building something.
Together we stack stones into cairns.
These?
Yes. Think of this as a test of mind and wit. Stack the cairn stones high and wide into any shape you like.
I mean, you can spend as much time as you want building these things, making them as high as you want, as weird as you want. I'm sure like a lot of these stuff will end up on the internet, like people comparing structures. And the cool thing is that once you've built it and you decide to get out of it, it sort of stays there. And so that's yours, right? And until the moment where you come back and you want to build a new one, it's sort of cool that we were able to give that to players to express themselves.
At this point in the demo, we've explored East Anglia, we've met some children, we've broken into a house, we fought a boss, we built a cairn. I think now it's finally time to go and head off to Oswald's wedding.
Yeah, so this is the moment it's all been building up to. By the moment you get into the territory, it's sort of like mentioned by Oswald that he's trying to get married with his Dane lady. And so as you go through the arc, that's sort of like the underlying thread. Really, it's about Rued creating turmoil in the territory and helping Oswald sort of get above that and show that he's a good leader. And so you finally, after going through all of that arc, finally get these two together, go through their wedding, and you're invited to attend the ceremony. And then all the activities and fun times that comes afterwards.
Yeah, as much as we've seen the brutal side of England, it's nice to see the joyous side of it as well.
Yeah, and it's something we really wanted to play on in Valhalla, where being a Viking is not only about being a raider or a warrior. I mean, there's revelry, there's feasting, there's partying that goes, and like if someone knows how to party, it's a Viking. And so here, this is one of our opportunities to sort of show that, show what a sort of Viking gathering is. And what's cool here is it's a good alliance of Norse culture with Saxon culture, sort of smashing those two things together, and building bridges.
Tá muito doido, tá bem bom.
What's a wedding without some drunk archery?
Tem que acertar, vixi, compadre.
Yeah, so anything can happen in a Viking event.
É uma parada divertida de brincar.
Or, yeah, here just get drunk, some shoot
enche a lata e depois a gente tentar acertar os barril lá com flecha.
Barely a challenge.
Steady all, and ready yourself for the wedding race. The king and his bride against all. My king.
So here we see the decision I made to spare Rued came back to bite us.
Yep, that's the decision you made, coming back. So as we said before, all of your decisions have consequences, and this is a big one.
Aí vai o rei, ó.
I challenge you. I accept.
You're basically presented with the option to
sort of step in for
Oswald, fight the fight for him, or let him go and fight his own fight.
Yeah, personally, I chose to fight myself because I thought Eivor is the type of person who likes to finish what she started.
Plank by plank, and a dead king cannot keep his oaths. Let me finish this.
Oswald, you gutless Arya swine! I'll slay the wolf-kissed, then hang you with your own tongue.
How does this encounter with Rued differ from our previous fight with him?
So at this point, you've eliminated his wolf, so it's just him. And so he's angry at this point, and so he will start using his big gun abilities, like, fairly earlier on in the fight. So it's way more vicious, way faster. There's less strategy. He goes literally swords blazing at you.
Tira esse brilho daí, meu irmão.
And so this is a fight to the death.
O cara tem que avisar que vai atacar. Essa esquiva o patins, olha o patins nos pés. Olha.
And of course here, like, this is a decision you made to go and fight him, but there's multiple outcomes to this scenario. You could have let Oswald fight his own fight, and prove basically his station as the rightful leader. If you had eliminated Rued, obviously this would not have happened. It would have been a slightly more joyous occasion. But ultimately, in all scenarios, you still have an alliance with Oswald. He's proven to be the right leader for this territory, and to be a good ally for you.
Vai ser Evo masculino pra gente ver, né? I promised you
an alliance, and now you have it.
And one day I will need you to make good on that alliance.
So we're about to take off from the wedding, but Eivor decides it's a good idea to check up on her friend Finner.
Yeah, so Finner is probably one of the more recurring characters in this arc. You get to meet him very early on. He's a very endearing character, sort of used to have a Viking life, sort of misses it, and going through all these adventures together is sort of like lights that fire back, and so he's willing to join you in your raiders. So he's one of many raiders that you'll encounter in the game, and you can sort of recruit, bring back home, and then have them sort of join you on your adventures on the longship. He can tell you these stories that we're telling you about. You get to know a little bit more about him. So again, it's a fun way to sort of discover more about these characters that you meet and bring them along for adventures.
Together. I'll gather my things.
Well, folks, we've come to the end of our Assassin's Creed Valhalla playthrough. Fizz, thank you so much for joining us. When and where can people play it?
Assassin's Creed Valhalla will be out on Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5, and is coming to Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PC, and Stadia on November 17th.
O ambiente aí tá, ó. Oi, e é isso aí. E aí galera, o que foi que vocês acharam aí do Assassin's Creed Valhalla? Será que vai ter mais um pouquinho? Lembrando aí que é uma gameplay em progresso.
So, a little while back we recorded a match for you so we could walk through it moment to moment, explain what's going on throughout a match of Hyperscape. There's a lot going on with hacks,
cara, assim,
guns,
eu achei que o jogo tá massa.
Graham and I are going to walk you through it right now.
Vai ser bom de se jogar, claro. Mas a gente não viu nada de Assassin's Creed, mano. Viu nada sobre a Irmandade. Falou nada. Eu acho que já era, cara. Eu acho que já era. Acho que a galera não vai mais seguir por esse caminho, não. Tipo, não falou nada de Irmandade, não mostrou um pouco de furtividade. Ah, eu sei, o cara é viking e tal, vai ser furtivo. Mas a gente sabe que ele vai seguir o caminho da Irmandade, mas não mostraram, né?
Usually have a few more
eu e tu aí que tá aí assistindo a live, a gente tá aqui porque Assassin's Creed Valhalla, então a gente conhece Assassin's Creed, então o que foi que a gente espera ver um pouco da Irmandade, relação com a Irmandade, alguma coisa com capuz, né? Mostrou ali, não foi? Mostrou ali, mas foi pouco.
What's the deal with supply crates?
So supply crates are placed around the world, so you'll hear them and you can go and find them, and then inside them you'll find weapons and hacks. Usually you find slightly better weapons and hacks within them. Here now we've switched, so we're looking at Chimera instead. So he's in the landmark, he's in Helios now, and he's still in the looting phase. But as you can see from the red triangle up there, there's actually some friends, or not friends, in there with him just now.
Yeah, so the action gets started, okay, right here.
Yeah, so he's one-on-one, he's going with the Mammoth shotgun against someone who's using the heel hack at the minute, which is the red socket.
Ter virado RPG, né? Nem ruim não, sabe? Não achei tão ruim não, jogar Assassin's Creed como RPG. O problema é a história, cara, eles não abordam a Irmandade. Eles focam em outra coisa, esqueceram, mano. Se eles mudassem ali, como eles mudaram a mecânica ali do Odyssey, tudo bem, cara, a gente se acostuma, dá pra se adaptar. O problema é não ter a essência, né, cara? Eles não mostram realmente a Irmandade, o relacionamento do personagem com a Irmandade dos assassinos, sabe? A gente sabe, eles já falaram lá que Assassin's Creed Valhalla ia ter contato com o povo da Irmandade dos Assassinos. O Eivor vai ser presenteado com a lâmina oculta. Ele, por ser bruto demais, vai colocar a lâmina oculta pra cima, daí Tudo bem, né? Decisão do cara, que quer usar a lâmina do jeito dele lá. Mas e aí, mano? Não mostraram nada. Por que não mostraram assim? O cara atacando furtivo, botando um capuz ali pra fazer o agrado. Mostraram só alguma missão secundária com gato.
So Mr. Gomes busy eliminating other players, which will cause more revive points.
Rei ali, né? Uma decisão.
This guy's low in health, so
lutar contra um cara.
Okay, so I see once someone's eliminated, they drop a revive point that you can use.
What you'll actually see at the minute now is both Chimera and elimination are both echoes.
Mano, o Odyssey não tem nada a ver com a Irmandade não, porque é muito antes, né?
Can he survive this and get
through? O Odyssey só tem o nome de Assassin's Creed, mano, mas não tem nada de Assassin's Creed lá não.
There's still a few other players in here, that's for sure.
Só a DLC do Darius.
Hack he used there, so basically he projected himself
a única coisa que mostra na DLC do Darius.
And he's managed to eliminate the
other
player.
Yeah, he got the elimination with it, which is pretty good.
O Odyssey.
And then he's starting to bring back.
O primeiro criador lá da lâmina oculta é o Darius, né?
He's got to reloot
na DLC do Odyssey.
Because when you are eliminated, you go back to just your melee weapon.
Fora isso, é só viagem.
No. So this is the start of the decay, you can see. So you see all these blue triangles that are appearing. This is how we basically do, map size reduction and zone reduction to bring players towards a smaller map into the center. So instead of having a circle
cara, a mecânica vai ser a mesma, cara. Não adianta não. Vai ser igual do Odyssey. Com algumas melhorias, claro.
You can see from the map when you bring it up what's going, and you'll also see the icon when he turned on the left-hand side of the screen a second ago, which shows you where the safe area to go is. So at the top it will show you.
Não sei se ainda tem mais alguma coisa pra ver.
And you've got the little icon of the person running with a distance against it. That tells you where to go to the next safe place.
Ver qual é, né? Mas assim, o jogo em si, lógico, tá legal, tá divertido. Ele vai chegar melhor do que isso, porque ele tá em progresso. Eles não mostraram alguma coisa relacionada com a Irmandade, mas pode ser que no jogo tenha muito, né? Eles podem ter ficado, sei lá, com medo de mostrar mais coisas assim pra... Com medo de desagradar um pouco o público novo do Odyssey, porque o Odyssey fez muito sucesso, né, mano? Aí o cara não vai mexer no que tá quieto, no time que tá ganhando, né? As empresas não estão nem aí não, mano. Quer saber do dinheiro. Se um tá ganhando, vão fazer a mesma coisa. Igual o GTA, velho. GTA V ele ia ter a DLC ali do modo história, mas aí quando lançaram o online, bombou tanto em dinheiro que tacaram foda-se, mano. Tchau a DLC do história. Pra quem quer história? Pra que história se eu tô ganhando dinheiro online? Quem manda é o dinheiro, mano. Odyssey deu muito dinheiro, então os caras não vão voltar ao passado, não vão fazer nada.
That is the top tier Skybreaker. So basically, you can have a level 5 Skybreaker, which is what he just picked up. We will fusion weapons together. So if you have a Skybreaker and you find another Skybreaker, it will go to level 2. Find another one, it will go to level 3. And what he has now, as you can see in the bottom bar there with the yellow, he has the top tier of the Skybreaker, so this does more damage. So each time you fusion something, a weapon or a hack, it will go up in various different abilities.
So you're basically, just to loot up, to fuse up, you just need to find a duplicate of your weapon or hack, and that's all.
Yeah.
E aí, gostaram do que viram de Assassin's Creed Valhalla? Tão empolgado?
So you'll see though on the left, when you see the other players' names, you can see that Mr. Gomi has 2 yellow weapons and a yellow hack. So he has 2 fully fused weapons and 1 fully fused hack.
O negócio é aceitar, mano. É aceitar que vai mesmo, né?
So healing will either work by I took damage and then I retreated and your health bar will come back up, or if a player has a heal hack, which he actually does at present time, so you see that in the bottom it says heal, he can throw that on the ground and then there'll be an AoE of heal, so both you and your teammates can come into it and it will heal you.
And enemies cannot heal up in that same AoE?
They can't heal up in your AoE, but they could also use the heal hack themselves if they wish.
Cool.
So you see them now, they're starting to hunt again. I guess I've heard some other players because you can see them starting to move around, and there's a sense they're not alone at this point. And there's a ping for an enemy, so yeah, the combat started again. So this guy finds himself in the middle of a bunch of the 3 players, so he's not in the best spot just now. And yeah, that's the end of it.
E galera, Então a galera que jogou aí Ghost of Tsushima, estão dizendo que Ghost of Tsushima é mais Assassin's Creed agora do que o próprio Assassin's Creed. Eu duvido não, velho.
So you find yourself out in the open, and they eliminated him with a Reaper at that point. And another one down for elimination. He seems to be on a roll at this point.
And now he's fully fused his sniper rifle, the Protocol V.
Still quick check, just make sure there's no one else coming in. You don't want to have someone behind you at the last minute.
Será que vai ter mais alguma coisa, cara, de Assassin's Creed Valhalla ou é só isso, hein?
And then we'll swap back to Mr. Gomi, who's still rolling with the Skybreaker at this point.
It's worked out well for him.
Yeah. Decay's starting to happen in this region too, so they're starting to move forward a little bit. They have a nice variety of weapons between them. You know, someone's got a salvo, there's a Skybreaker, there's a Ripper. They really split in terms of hacks and weapons, so they have a nice diverse.
Pois é, Gustavo, é isso aí, mano.
To see him go up high now, he's
essa parada aí também, mano. Ter virado RPG eu também não liguei não. O problema é a história, cara. Eles não abordam a Irmandade, não mostram. Quando mostram gameplay, eles não mostram fazendo uma missão de assassino, caçando sei lá, um cara. É um possível templário, não existia templário, mas sei lá, outro nome lá, cara. Mas que se relacionasse aos templários, sabe? Aquela guerrinha que era legal. Tipo só pra lembrar, viu? Mas não aborda, cara.
That was kind of the end for them. Dangerous. So they've swapped now and they've gone to the Mammoth instead. So they've swapped out to the shotgun. So it's quick to change your playstyle. You can easily find another weapon you like, and you can adjust based on map size, how many players are left, and continuously adjust.
And that countdown that just finished was a health kit event. What does that mean? What are these events?
So basically,
eu fico mais assim, cara, porque esse tema Viking
é
um tema muito irado, cara, muito massa de se abordar, principalmente se fosse o Assassin's Creed. Eles davam pra fazer uma coisa assim tão massa, cara. Se eles tivessem um pouquinho mais de, sei lá, paciência, né? Lançar assim um jogo diferente, assim, sei lá, né? Que seja pra nova geração, mas que viesse de outro jeito, né, cara? Pensar um pouquinho mais na história. Mas vamos ver, né, cara? A gente não jogou, vamos saber só quando jogar agora. Quando sair o jogo, a gente jogar a história e ver se realmente é boa ou não. Por enquanto o que a gente viu é isso aí.
So here you see that you got caught in the decay then and fell through the building, so trying to move back in. There's only 3 teams left now, so they're starting to get towards a smaller map size, so it's going to become chaotic shortly. And they're just on the edge of this landmark. Of Red Tiger, so they're heading up. Here you'll see at the top it says crown appears in 10 seconds.
É verdade.
So basically we have a crown that spawns in the wall.
Muito pouco que mostraram para agradar o público antigo, né? O público novo. Bom, o público novo claro que vai gostar, né? Tem muita galera que jogou o Origins e Odyssey, mas não conhece os antigos. Então, pra essa galera, realmente é um jogo sensacional, um prato cheio. É uma sensação boa que a galera nova tá sentindo, porque meio que não conhece a Irmandade, não conhece o Assassin's Creed. Eles leram ali Assassin's Creed, mas eles não entendem a história. Tem muita gente que não entende, cara. Joga ali e vê o nome Assassin's Creed, é um jogo massa, pronto. O jogo RPG é massa. Agora, o cara que jogou das antigas, conhece a história ali, vê um negócio desse... Tipo, o cara que é antigo, ele tem consciência que o jogo é massa, o jogo é divertido, mas quando ele vê assim pro lado da história sobre a Irmandade dos Assassinos, pô, mano, o cara fica decepcionado, mano. Não tem nada, velho, não vi nada.
A screen I'll never see. Alright, well, that was just one match of the frenetic fast-paced game, Hyperscape, that we are both very lucky to work on. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching Ubi Forward in this post-show. As we mentioned before, the game's available right now in open beta on PC. Just go to Uplay to download it. And we're also thrilled to be taking part in the Twitch Rivals event with the information appearing magically on the screen below us. So Graham, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Eric. Have a good day.
And we'll see you in the Hyperscape.
E acabou! Acompanhamos aí, galera, a live do evento da Ubisoft. E aí, o que foi que vocês acharam, galera? Eita, mano. Então é isso aí, galera. Vamos encerrar, né? Acabou o evento. Tiramos nossas dúvidas. Matamos nossa curiosidade. Agora resta saber um pouquinho da história, né? A gente não sabe um pouquinho da história, mas pode ser que ao longo dos meses fale um pouquinho, solte alguma coisa pra gente acompanhar, né, cara? Mas foi bem legal, cara. Gostei. Algumas mecânicas lá de combate. Como eu falei, cara. Só aquelas skills, aquele brilhinho ali. Der pra tirar, tira, né? Ficou preta a tela. Acabou. Vamos dar um pause aqui. Vai sair aqui. Voltamos aqui pra telinha. E os prêmios aqui. Você assistiu aqui, então... Então quem assistiu aqui logado, mano, ganhou os prêmios aí, ó. Quem assistiu logado na conta da Ubisoft, tiver PC Shibata aí, já pode pegar seu Watch Dogs 2. Pegar também sua camisa pro jogo. Galera do The Division, uma caixinha aí, pack. E quando sair Valhalla é só pegar o machadão, vai estar lá de graça. Pra vocês jogar, beleza? Então, galera, eu vou ficando por aqui. Muito obrigado por participar da live, por ter me escolhido aí, por assistir comigo, cara. Eu sei que tinha muita gente transmitindo essa live, vocês preferiram estar aqui comigo. Agradeço demais, tamo junto. Então, vou dar mais uma olhadinha aqui, ver se eu preparo um videozinho pra nós, falando um pouquinho da gameplay, pegando alguns pontos de gameplay. Vou dar uma olhadinha aqui, assistir tranquilo, beleza? E também vou tomar aquele velho cafezinho, porque eu bateu a fome. Então, brigadão mais uma vez. Se curtiu, lembra aí, deixa aquele like para dar força. Até o próximo vídeo e valeu!